If you've ever met, heard, or spoken with a vegan before, one of the first things you may have heard them say was, "I wasn't born this way," or "I wasn't raised this way, I chose it for myself." But I'm here to tell you, I was born this way and I was raised this way. So I just want to take the time to talk to you today and dispel a few of the myths around raising vegan children and what it's actually like to grow up vegan. Three of the most common things I get asked are, 1, am I healthy or am I protein deficient? 2, was I socially isolated and is that wrong to force children to be so different? And 3, was I brainwashed? So these are the 3 things I'm going to be talking about today. Alright, so number 1. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics has stated that appropriately planned vegetarian, including vegan diets, are healthful, nutritionally adequate, and may provide health benefits for the prevention and treatment of certain diseases. These diets are appropriate for all stages of the life cycle, including pregnancy, lactation, infancy, childhood, adolescence, older adulthood, and for athletes. So no one needs to be concerned that vegan children are not getting enough nutrients. When I was growing up, I actually was on a competitive gymnastics team for about 7 years until I was about 12 years old. And I was able to compete just fine and was right along with my other peers. And by the time I was 12 years old and on about level 6, I was one of the few girls my age that had not broken a bone or had a really serious injury. In college, I also decided to run cross country about 2 years into my college career after not having been athletic for many years. I was able to join the cross country team, run, and improve just fine. And then last year, I also trained for and ran a half marathon. So no one needs to be concerned, and let's put that one to rest. The vegan diet and being raised vegan has not at all held me back. Okay, number 2. We are all different, and we all know this. Everyone is different, every family is different, and they all have their unique differences. Given what is going on in our society today and how there are so many social injustices and many people feel upset by everything going on in society, from our healthcare system to environmental issues to our government to representation to politics, and all of this is going on with the way we've been raising children currently. So how do we think we're going to change society if we are so focused on conformity and raising our children to think, act, and fit in and be like the rest of their peers? And I was not actually socially isolated. I was able to attend birthday parties with other non-vegan friends. I went to activities, and we even hosted a community team building event for my gymnastics team when I was younger. At school, when we had birthday parties or special, activities going on, my parents would just send special vegan treats with me, or the teachers or some of the parents of my friends would provide me with special treats as well. So I was able to enjoy all these activities right along with every other normal child out there, and I was not even socially isolated. Third and finally, was I brainwashed? And is raising your children vegan brainwashing them? Alright, so let's read the definition of brainwash. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, brainwashing means the process of making someone believe something by repeatedly telling them it is true and preventing any other information from reaching them. So this is exactly what the meat, dairy, and egg industries are doing to society as a whole. Things like the beef checkoff program, the Got Milk campaign, and the school lunch program that requires a glass of milk to be offered to or set by every child's place during lunchtime. These things are brainwashing society by telling children and adults as a whole that we cannot survive and we have to eat meat, dairy, and eggs to be healthy. So all my parents really did was tell me the truth, which is we do not need to exploit, kill, or eat any animals or animal products to live happy and healthy lives. And furthermore, I actually think that my parents raising me to see past the form of propaganda that is telling society we need to eat animals allows me to think critically about so many other things in society, so that I now no longer take anything at face value, and I don't just assume that what the government or society or what TV or advertisers are telling us is true. I think critically, and I decide for myself what makes sense. So veganism has been one of the biggest blessings in my life, and I am so grateful that I was raised vegan from birth.